Okay, guys, I want to talk about a stock that is trending right now, has tons and tons of volume. It's one of the most trending ones on StockTwits, and that ticker is LAES. So, if we look at this ticker here, it's a semiconductors ticker here, and you can look at the daily chart here. This is what it looks in the daily chart. As you can see, we've had massive volume today, 256 million, and I'm just going to not just because it moved up so much, but if you can look at this chart here, we were, 30 cents here at this low here, and we just went up massively to about $2. And if you're looking at this chart, it is just screaming a sell-off is going to happen. It's literally what is happening. And you might ask, well, what is all these bands? So if you look at the red band, this is a setting where I customized it. They use average true range, where if a price gets up to this area, it doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it does mean it's unsustainable. So when price comes up here, it hits this and then it sells off, right? And then it comes back up again and then it sells off. This right here is just screaming us off. And the thing I look at too is I can look at the weekly chart. And if you look at this blue line, this is your EMA 50. On a weekly chart, we were in a downtrend forever, right? This is literally the first time, you can see it here when we get close to this blue band, which is the EMA 20. We get close, we sell off. We get close, we sell off, right? And then we hit this, we sell off, hit this, sell off. Many times it took to hit this before we broke out of this EMA 20. And this is a weekly time frame. This is a very strong signal in all this. You can see also that we're at this red band. You barely ever see this with penny stocks. And then you can also see how we broke above the CMA 50. But a lot of times that I see is a pattern like this, right? You break above and then you sell off. You break above thinking you will sustain it and then you sell off massively, right? And that's really what's going to happen with penny stocks. They go up a couple days, right? And that's still good if you got in early. But my thesis that I'm trying to get at is it's just very unwise to buy it up here. If you buy it up here, you have to expect one, you have a very high chance of losing, or two, you better have a stop loss. But the problem is if you're holding overnight, you can't have stop losses overnight, and this thing could plummet at any moment. So it's just a really hard swing overnight. Where I would look to short this is honestly, if I look at a 15-minute and I see price as close as possible with this red band, these are going to be your short areas, like right in here. It gets close here, because what happens is you have a higher time frame like the daily. We're way above. We know this is unsustainable. We know price can easily come back to this EMA 5 and wreck you, right? And then we also have a weekly touching this, and that's where you can get these nice corrections, right? From just this reverting back to the EMA 20 is a 20% gain in a matter of a couple minutes, right? And we know price will revert to the mean. So all prices will. You can see like on the daily chart, when price goes way far away, they come back up to these EMAs, and that's what's happening to a shorter time frame. We hit this upper band, we come back. A lot of people will just get in and buy it based on the hype, and they don't understand. They're like, okay, this thing is going to keep going and going. And it had a massive run here. It went up 101%, another 60%. But this is the monthly chart that I'm looking at. In a longer, not even a longer term, in a short term perspective, this will have a correction. It's unsustainable. Would I be surprised if it goes up another day? I kind of will actually be very surprised. It could maybe consolidate here while this upper band tries to correct, but you can very well see we're going to come below this red band for sure, and then eventually make our way to this EMA 5. This EMA 5 is where it could potentially bounce. What I like to do for pennies is if I want to play a momentum stock, instead of just randomly buying up in here and hoping you get lucky where it does this type of pattern, which it barely ever often does, what I look to do is I look for at least an EMA 10 or 20 bounce in this area, depending on how big the uptrend is. This is a very solid uptrend that it's trying to do. So if I get a pullback easily to this EMA 20, then yeah, I would be looking to go long on LAES for a nice corrected bounce. So usually what I see is an EMA 5 little bounce, EMA 10 to get a bounce, and then 20. Or it can just go right through it all and hit the 20 and then bounce. But that's usually what I see. If you look at the news here, entered the securities purchase agreement to purchase 7.7 million ordinary shares at 130. The sales announcements pricing of 10 million registered direct offering above market price under NASDAQ rules. Look at that, 2 hours ago. Literally going through this of how literally the how goes do this. They pump it up. They have that little offering going here. Just working with quantum technology partnership. Yeah, so a lot of different stuff going on, lots of stuff to look at here. But yeah, they had a nice run. If you're trying to buy up and think you can keep getting more out of it, it's just like a very, very risky opportunity here. This can plummet down in the blink of an eye. So from 1.9, I mean, look how fast this can plummet down to the EMA 5, 45% loss. So yeah, just want to do a quick update on this as it's the most trending. I'd like to talk about it, warn people. If you're gonna buy it, just wait for this to bounce off of this EMA 10 or 20. This area here is your buy zone. Obviously, I can't give you exact price because these are gonna fluctuate with the price. But like I said too, if you ever see a weekly touch this ATR4, it's I had this customized to be extremely overextended. This just doesn't last long. I very rarely do I see this go really far above that. It's just very rare. So your probabilities are against you. Um, yeah, that's about it. If you guys do want to join the Discord, see my alerts, see what my entries and exits, see my possible plays that I'm looking and where I try to look at the fundamental sides of things and give you guys the best possible alert. Do click the link down below in the YouTube comments below, and in the description it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit day trade alerts, and we get access to my swing trades and day trades for an all-time low cost of $12 a month. And if that's too much, you can just do swing trade alerts. And if you click that, it'll be $6 a month. And you can read about the two services up in here on the server shop or server subscription. I recommend Data Swing Trading Plus. Gets more value for only $12 a month. Your name will be in gold, and you'll have access to all the future knowledge, updates, live streams that I do, and any questions you need, mentorship. And then swing trading, if you just want swing trades, it's whatever, up to you, $6 a month. Yep. I just want to do a quick little update on LAES. Hope you guys are made bank on this. If you are getting in late, just be extra cautious. That's all I'm about to say. Have a very clear stop loss. You can kind of look at the 50-minute too. Like if we go below this EMA 50, this could be a very scary point, right? We go here, hit this EMA 50, bounce, hit the 50, bounce. Do we get below this EMA 50? And basically what I would do is, if we go quite above below it, like 3%, then that's my stop loss. And that's about it, right? You can play the bounce on this thing if you want to on this EMA 50, and then your stop loss is very tight. Maybe that's what you want to do. But I wouldn't be just randomly looking to buy this for no reason, right? Because that's really what I would be looking for, and that's kind of how you can play the momentum plays. You have this big move up, comes all the way down, and then literally to a T hits this and bounces. Literally to a T hits this and bounces, and literally bounce, literally bounce. So but you gotta understand for the longer term here, this is definitely looking like a sell-off. You get this kind of pattern here, you see it like way above it. It's just unsustainable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. If you guys want to join the premium Discord, hit the link down below in the YouTube comments. I would love to have you. And if you do subscribe, try to do it on your computer. It'll save you money on the iOS fee. And if you do have an Android, you will have to do it on your computer because for some reason the Android, they won't let you subscribe on just using your app. But you can do it on your computer. And once you do that, you can use your phone just as fine, or just use your phone's browser like Google if you want to. So this is my analysis on LAES. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll be in the Discord if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.